Welcome to the Bloomingdale Public Library's program, Browser Extensions and Add-Ons. Extensions, or add-ons, can improve your desktop browsing experience and help you do many things from blocking ads to adjusting the color of article backgrounds. This program will cover how to install and manage some useful extensions and add-ons. Browser extensions are mini applications that add advanced features and enhancements to your browser to make it more helpful. These add-ons can improve surfing the web by removing distracting ads or providing instant definition lookups or even personalizing your most frequented sites. While there are many browser extensions available, I'll recommend 3 useful tools that you can get browser extensions for before the end of this video. And we'll start with Chrome. And you can customize Chrome on your desktop by adding extensions from the Chrome Web Store. The Chrome Web Store can be found at chrome.google.com/webstore. And from there, you can find and select the extension that you would like. So I'll type one in here, and I see it. Now, click Add to Chrome. Some extensions will let you know if they need certain permissions or data. So to approve, you have to click Add Extension. One more thing to consider. Make sure that you only approve extensions that you trust. For this particular extension, you see that we have 2 badges. The first one here being a check, and then if you hover over it, you'll notice that it gives you an option to read more. It is created by the owner of the listed website. The publisher has a good record with no history of violations. And then you can also select Learn More to go to another page and learn more about this particular badge or any badge that is featured on the Chrome Web Store extensions. And then if you go over to the second one, you see that they have another badge that says Featured and follows recommended practices for Chrome extensions. In general, when you see these type of badges, that means that they are popular, that Chrome generally recommends them. But as I mentioned before, make sure that you feel that you trust that particular extension before you install it. Now, after installing some extensions, you can manage them by going to the top right of the browser, click More or the 3 dots, then More Tools, then Extensions. And you can make your changes which include turning on and off the extension by using the turn on and off feature. To uninstall an extension, go to the right of your address bar, look for the extensions icon, right-click on the icon, and select Remove from Chrome. If you don't see the extensions icon, well, you can start over by opening Chrome, and at the top right, click More, the 3 dots, then More Tools, then Extensions. On the extension that you want to remove, click Remove. Then confirm by clicking Remove. Now moving on to Firefox. How do we add extensions or add-ons here? Well, the first thing we'll need to do is open the web browser for Firefox, then click on the menu button or the 3 horizontal bars at the top right. Then click Add-ons and Themes, and you can select Extensions or Recommendations. Recommendations will show you a variety of extensions that Firefox recommends themselves. To install recommended add-on, you can click the Install Theme button or the Add to Firefox button, depending on the type of add-on that you're trying to add. And at the top, you'll have a search bar, and at the bottom of the list of recommended add-ons, there's also a Find More Add-ons button that you can click, and it will take you to addons.mozilla.org, where you can search for specific add-ons. Now let's go over disabling extensions. Disabling an extension will turn it off without removing it. So in order for us to do that, we need to click the menu button, then click Add-ons and Themes, and select Extensions. Scroll through the list of extensions that you have if you have multiple, and then click the blue toggle for the extension you wish to disable. To re-enable the extension, find it in the list of extensions and click the toggle for the corresponding extension. The toggle turns blue when enabled. Now for removing extensions, click the menu button, then click Add-ons and Themes, and select Extensions. Scroll through the list of extensions, click the ellipsis or the three dots icon for the extension you wish to remove and select Remove. Now onward to Microsoft Edge. Let's now talk about adding and turning off and removing extensions here. So in Microsoft Edge, you would select extensions, which would be located to the right of your browser address bar. Select Open Microsoft Edge Add-ons, find the extension you'd like to add, and select Get. At the prompt showing permissions required by the extension, carefully review the permissions and then select Add Extension if you wish to proceed. You'll see a final prompt confirming the extension has been added. And to remove any extensions, to the right of your browser address bar, select Extensions and select More Actions next to the extension you want to remove. Then select Remove from Microsoft Edge, then Remove. One other thing to note, extensions from the Chrome Web Store are also available to be used in the Microsoft Edge browser. So in Microsoft Edge, you can go to the Chrome Web Store and then select Allow Extensions from other stores in the banner at the top of the page, then select Allow to confirm. Select the extension you want to add and select Add to Chrome. At the prompt showing permissions required by the extension, carefully review the permissions and then select Add Extension if you wish to proceed. Then you'll see a final prompt confirming the extension has been added. Now let's go over a few useful browser extensions that you can utilize on these browsers. Using Google Chrome first, we'll go ahead and go to the Chrome Web Store. And you can even just type it in directly like this and find it at the first search result here. And as you can see, there's multiple ways to get here. And I'm going to type in Dark Reader. Dark Reader, as you can see right here, has two different badges. And we mentioned that earlier today. And what we'll do is we'll add to Chrome, and then we'll take a look here. It says it can read and change all your data on all websites. And I'm going to say Add Extension. And if you were to do the same thing on Firefox, we can go over to Add-ons and Themes by clicking the three bars here. And going to find more add-ons. I'm just going to type in Dark Reader here. And as you can see, similar to Google Chrome, you have these badges. Firefox also has badges here. The recommended. Firefox only recommends add-ons that meet our standards for security and performance. So go ahead and click on that. Press the blue rectangle here, Add to Firefox, and Add. And then press OK. And we've just added it on Firefox. It's already added on Google Chrome. And let's go to Microsoft Edge, and we can do the same there. One more thing to note, as I mentioned before, you can add a lot of Google Chrome extensions to Microsoft Edge. So often if you can find it in Chrome, you can also find it for Edge. So go ahead and go to Open Microsoft Edge Add-ons website. And we'll type in Dark Reader. And it is this, well, there's this one, but as you can see, it's not the same one. So keep that, pay attention to that. Go ahead and click on the second one, which is the one that we want. Add extension. And it's going to let us know that we got it. We get this page that opens up. We'll close that out. And if we visit our gear here that allows us to see what extensions we have, we see that we have Dark Reader. Then we can also make it show in Toolbar or hide it, but we'll leave it in Show. So what does Dark Reader do? Well, let's find out. I'm going to go to a website, let's say BBC News, for example, and even before we get there, you see the search results, the background is black. Now, if you wanted to, you can go to Google Chrome and press the pin and unpin to pin it to your toolbar so you can have it visible for you to see all the time. If you were to click on this icon, you'll see that this is the Dark Reader extension and it actually is on, which means the background is black. If you were to press off, it would turn it off and it reverts back to the original settings with the white background. Now, if I go to the BBC News, I'll see that this is the way it is intended to look. But if it's too bright for me, like let's say, for example, you're working late at night and it's a bit too bright, well, you can actually go to Dark Reader and turn it on and it makes the background dark. It may take some adjusting, but it is very useful for certain people who are sensitive to the brightness of a screen. You can also adjust all of that with the settings here in the extension pull-down menu. You can adjust the contrast to your liking. And this works the same in Firefox. If you were to go to Firefox, and let's say we go to the BBC News website again, and you already see it's already activated, the background's black, and you can turn it off. So essentially it's going to look very similar, and the same thing with Edge. Now on to the next extension. Navigate to the Chrome Web Store, and at the top you have a search box. From there, click on it and type in dictionary. And the very top extension search option is the Google Dictionary by Google browser extension. You see a featured badge here, and you also see that it's got 4.5 stars and it has over 16,000 ratings. Go ahead and select this one. Now also remember that Chrome Web Store extensions are also available for Microsoft Edge. Now go ahead and scroll down a little bit. You can see a little bit of information about this particular browser extension. You see that if you were to double click on any of those words, pop-up will appear to show you the definition and also a sound icon for pronunciation. Now go ahead and scroll back up, click on the blue button here that says Add to Chrome, and you'll get a pop-up that says it can read and change all your data on all websites, and go ahead and select Add Extension. And then you'll get a confirmation here that tells you that it's been added to Chrome. And if you want it to appear on the toolbar forever, what you can do is click on the extension icon here, and you see where it says Google Dictionary by Google. There's a pin. Click it so that it's blue, and then you have the Google Dictionary icon on your toolbar. And you can also unpin it if you want to remove it from the toolbar. It won't delete it completely. It'll still work in the background, but if you want to keep it on the toolbar, go ahead and press that. Now, navigating over to the second tab, I have already created a new tab for an article that I would like to demonstrate how this extension works. I have to refresh the page, of course, to make sure that the extension updates with it. And if you were to double click on any particular word, you'll see that a pop-up appears. It gives you the definition of dart, a small pointed missile that can be thrown or fired. Now you may not be able to hear this, but if you were to click on this icon on your home computer, you'll get basically a little sound clip that lets you know what the pronunciation sounds like.
Dart.
There it is.
Dart.
And we can try that with any word here. Now this is the Google version of the dictionary. Firefox has their own, because the Google Dictionary isn't available by default to Firefox. The one that they recommend is Dictionary Anywhere. So go ahead and from the Firefox browser, which we are on right now, and if you were to go to Firefox browser add-ons webpage and search dictionary, you can click on the very first option here, which is Dictionary Anywhere. You can read about it, you can learn more, see some screenshots, but right now we're just going to add to Firefox. And kind of a similar process like Google Chrome, you'll get a pop-up here that just wants to confirm that you want to add this extension and give permission to it to access your data for all the websites. And then you'll get a confirmation just like we did right here, and then press OK. And now let's go over to this page that I've already have here. I just had to refresh the page. Now if I double click on summer, it's a little different. You see that it's white, but it pretty much does the same thing. It gives you a pop-up and then a definition. And if you were to click the sound icon, summer, you'll get a sound clip of the pronunciation of that word. So once again, that is Dictionary Anywhere for Firefox and Google Dictionary for Google Chrome and Microsoft Edge. And the next browser extension that I'd like to mention is Hublock Origin. So from the Chrome Web Store, once again, in the search box at the top left, type in Hublock Origin. And we get this one here, so go ahead and click on it. Hublock Origin. We can add it to Chrome, clicking the blue box there, and then confirming that that's what we want to do. And we're going to click on that. And then we're going to get confirmation for Hublock Origin installation. It has been added to Chrome. And then we can add it once again to the toolbar by clicking the puzzle piece here, the extensions icon, and then pinning Hublock Origin to the toolbar. Now going back to the website that we were on previously in BBC News, if I were to just go directly to their homepage, it looks pretty clean right now, but that's because we've installed the Hublock Origin browser extension. And basically what that does is cut out a lot of the ads and trackers that a lot of these websites have. And if you were to refresh that page with the Hublock Origin off, you'll see that the advertisements are back here on the top and on the right, and probably in a few other places. And if I were to click on, let's say, business, go into other pages, and if I wanted to read an article, well, look at that. See, I didn't even create this page. It just came up. So that's kind of a nuisance whenever you're trying to browse and read articles. So I'm going to go ahead and press Hublock Origin and turn it back on and reload this page. And now you can see that those ads are missing. So it's a very useful tool. Now, it's not the only one that's available for browser extensions. You can find a few others. For example, Safari on Mac doesn't have Hublock Origin available, I believe. So you may have to go for something like AdBlock Plus, which is also a popular browser extension that's available for Safari. Now, Hublock Origin is also available on Firefox, so you can install it there as well. And you can see that it's got the recommended badge there, and you can click Add to Firefox. One added benefit that I didn't mention yet is that if you were to go to YouTube and have this enabled, you can basically, let's see, I'm going to click on October Jazz. Basically, it's just going to start up right away, because usually what will happen is if I were to turn this off, reload the page, let's see what happens. There it is. So you see here we have two ads that are going to play before we can actually watch the video, or we might even get this little button that says skip ads. But you wouldn't have to worry about that at all if Hublock Origins was activated. So that's another thing that you can take advantage of with browser extensions. You can bypass a lot of these ads and turn them off. and just basically make a much more pleasant experience for you to view videos on YouTube or browsing and reading articles on various news websites. So feel free to browse your preferred browser stores for extensions that will suit your needs. Sometimes there are alternatives to the tools that I mentioned that are just as good that may be exclusive to your specific browser. Now, also keep this in mind, web browsers are well known for taking up computer resources like memory and processing power. While extensions are lightweight, machines built before 2017 may experience some slowdowns, so if your browser is struggling to keep up, I would suggest disabling a few extensions or just completely removing them. Another thing to keep in mind is that recommended browser extensions are generally the ones that you want to stick to unless you know about that company and you trust that particular extension. So keep that in mind, and most of the browser stores will have a recommended section for you to look through. I also like to mention, if you're interested in learning courses that are online, our library is connected to LinkedIn Learning. You can visit the library's homepage, hover over Learn, then select Online Courses, and from there, LinkedIn Learning is the third option down. And you'll need your Bloomingdale Public Library card number and PIN to take advantage of the courses that they offer. And these courses are available to you at no extra cost. And you can stop by the computer lab in the library if you ever have any questions. But thanks for joining us for this program, and take care.